So I'm about to go thrifting at the DI in Cedar City, Utah. I'm not from this neck of the woods. I'm from up north, but I come to this one about once a month. So I'm looking for all sorts of stuff. I want to branch out a little bit more. I love doing sports cards if I find them great. I love doing action figures, but I'd love to find some bigger electronics and stuff like that. So let's see how I do today, and I'll take you along for the ride. Here we go. Let's start this out and see if we can have a pretty good day at the thrift. The way the DI is set up is they usually put the clothing in the front end of the thrift store. I am not a clothing reseller by any means, but I usually pass right through this and go straight to this area right here, the collectibles. In the collectibles area, I'm looking for video game stuff. I'm looking for sports card stuff, for ceramic statues that are older or numbered. This is the kind of thing I'm looking for. I'm not finding anything today. Unfortunately, the things are overpriced or not good enough. Mugs are a great thing to look for at thrift stores for 3 reasons. 1, they're abundant. 2, they're very inexpensive. And 3, they oftentimes have collectible value. Unfortunately, today I didn't find anything worthwhile, but always check that section out. Next up is one of my favorite sections. This is the plush area and the toy section. I look for action figures, Disney plushes, animation plushes, all sorts of stuff like that. Fortunately, there's no plug on that bank, or it might have been worth it. But I'm also looking for Nerf stuff or any kind of vintage toy that catches my eyes. I also love bag toys. They don't do a ton of bag toys at the DI, but occasionally you'll find them. That's more of a thing I find at Savers and at Goodwill. But I'm looking for all sorts of stuff, picking up anything that seems interesting. This is a crochet style Frozen plush. Unfortunately, it just wasn't quite worth it. Right here is the exact moment when I saw the item of the day thrifting right here. It is a post-serial Team USA Dream Team snapback hat from the 1990s. It was unused and only $3. Quite a great deal. One thing I'm making a conscious effort to improve on is to buy more bigger ticket items and more electronics especially. This Betty G crock pot unfortunately wasn't quite worth it. It's also older. I didn't want to have to go through testing on it, but I'm looking for anything that I can make a little bit of money on, juicers and whatnot like that. Back in 2011 when I started picking, this was my go-to item. This is a Black & Decker lids off can opening machine. It used to go for about $30, $40. Unfortunately, it's gone down in price and value over the years. I don't pick it up anymore. I'm checking out coffee makers. A lot of the Keurigs and stuff like that can go for a lot of money. So after a little bit of looking, I decided to get this $10 New Wave oven. The cool thing is I don't have to test it because I could piece it out for a profit, or if it works, I can make a little bit more, so it's a no-brainer at $10. Now I'm going to head out to the yard area where they have a lot of bigger items like furniture for sale. First, I'm going to start with the bigger, larger toys out here in the yard area. I oftentimes find Nerf here. They had a pretty cool Nerf blaster I'm going to show you right here. I did some research. Unfortunately, it was just not quite good enough to buy. They also have a lot of their larger plushes in this area. Some of these giant plushes can be worth a lot of money. If you're willing to ship them, which it isn't that hard, you can make a good profit on them. Didn't find any of those today, unfortunately. I just have to say this, for the most part, porcelain dolls are fool's gold. They just aren't worth much. A lot of this Chia stuff you're going to see, even unopened, is just not worth it. It's stuff that just didn't hold its value, especially Duck Dynasty stuff, honestly. I'm also looking for tools. I'm looking for sports equipment. Tools, honestly, are an area I need to improve a great deal in. I have sold some tools in the recent past, and a lot of that's just through sheer will and determination. It's not a strength of mine, but it's something I'm definitely working on. This next little area is another place that people often overlook, and it's the water bottle thermos area. A lot of times there's going to be sports related stuff or high-end vintage thermoses or newer thermoses, and you can make some money on this. Now, I see a couple of things that appear to me to be stadium giveaways from the Anaheim Angels or the LA Angels now. I did a little bit of research on them. They were $1.50 a piece, and it looks like I should be able to get about $15 to $20 for the pair. So I'm going to go for it. I'm going to see if I can sell them. Here's another type of item that you can look out for that I used to source quite a bit, but I haven't done as much lately, and it's bicycle helmets. I learned a lot about bicycle helmets from the Bonafide Hustler, so check out his YouTube channel. But this is the kind of stuff that could be worth a bit of money. I ultimately, because of the wear on this, decided not to get it, but they can be worth a lot of money. Here's some electronics here. I always like to look over that to see if there isn't anything like a VHS DVD combo or some sort of CD changer that I can make a lot of money on. So I definitely felt like I found a couple good things, especially that vintage post-serial Dream Team hat in perfect brand new condition. Still has the cardboard inside. it's just sweet. The low end was like $9 or $10. I think that's a little too low. I think it's probably gonna go more for $15 to $20 plus shipping. I saw plenty of comps going for that price. Also, that New Wave was really cool to me. I've been wanting to branch out more into electronics. I've done them in the past. I don't love doing them, but there's a little bit more money, you know, per item if I do that. The cool thing about that is I didn't even bother testing it because I could piece it out with the racks and all the pieces for $30, $40, maybe even more. And I probably will get 40, 50 if it works. So really, either way, I'm gonna triple or 2.5 times my money, maybe triple. So I'm more than happy with that. Also got a couple other neat, interesting items. Not bad for a quick 20-minute stop at the thrift store.